It's the first Saturday of the month, so we have a brand new fabulous folded card, and Teresa has had a great time playing with this. In fact, why don't you come play with us? Okay, here's what this card looks like. So it folds flat to tuck into an envelope, and it will go in our regular envelopes that will hold a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and then it will stand up. In fact, let me scoot this away, and you can see that's you can get a really nice look at it. And yes, it will stand up all by itself, and that's what it looks like. So flat to fold, flat to tuck in and mail, and stands up at the end. So this was done by Debbie, and this is what's on the packaging. And in fact, let me just show you that package. And on the back, that's where the instructions are. So it's really easy to do. In fact, let me show you exactly how to do that. And there are 3 pieces. And so they're going to look like that. This is the base, and this is the top flap, and this is the inner piece that's going to fold. In fact, let me show it to you in paper. Here we go. And those score lines are going to do a good job. Now, you do want to cut this out of cardstock. Now, for this particular one, Debbie used the sunflower cardstock and also the sunflower chipboard. So that makes everything work together. So that's fun. For Teresa, she went to a Christmas theme. So let me show you this. And that's really, of course, one of the things that's wonderful about purchasing the Fabulous Folded is that you can do so many themes. But let's get to the basics first. So you're first going to die cut this out. There are score lines, as you can probably see. And you're going to, I always like to have a bone folder. You can use that, or you can use the handle of your scissors. And these are going to fold like this. And again, like this. And you're going to do that on both sides. And that's going to create the kind of the basis. And this is called an envelope box, as you can see why, because it looks like an envelope. And okay, so that, and then you would want to, if you're going to put any decorative paper or anything, you want to do that at this point, because we're going to be adding different pieces to it. So this is going to fold up like this, and then this piece is going to get glued to the base of it. And you can see you've got your envelope right there, just like that. The finished piece is, when it's flat, it is 4 1/8 by 4 1/4. So like that, and then you can have things sticking out too. So like that. Then this little piece is going to go on the inside. You'll put the extra sticky tape on each of them. You'll fold these back. And there's no trick to it. Let me lift this off so you can see it a little bit better. You just want to place it so the top of this piece is equal to the top of the side piece. So you would place it like that. And the same thing on the other side. Again, decorate it. And then the final piece is going to finish it right here. And that's going to get glued. Just really, really a sweet piece. Okay, let me show you what Teresa has done on this card. And I do need to share a couple of things with you. Now, Teresa used a Stardust glitter paper. Unfortunately, we're out of that, but fortunately, we have a substitution. And this is our new glitter cardstock. So you can cut this out. It's going to give you this kind of a shine, a little bit more sparkle, but it will work the same way. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. Now, Teresa did not do any patterned cardstock on this. However, she did get the 6 by 6 poinsettia passion, because this little piece right here is from one of the cutouts. And she did mat it onto the metallic gold paper, actually, yes. And she did do some things with our hammered gold. Now this is already embossed and it is a paper, and she used the poinsettia cutting dies on this. And this, the poinsettia has areas that are going to show a pattern, and they get a little distorted on the hammered gold, but they're still quite beautiful. And she did use the smaller pieces. So there are 4 poinsettias that you can do, leaves, and then you can do for the berries. However, instead of those berries, she used the Hunky Dory Christmas Sparkles, and that gets you all the different colors. Now the leaves, just let you show you that. The leaves are out of the foliage toolkit, and it's named the toolkit for the reason that you can do so much with all those different berries and ferns and holly and pine. And she did cut them out of the printed cardstock out of the Poinsettia Passion, and had them in different layers, as you can see. So this piece is at the top of that point. These 2 are in that riser, and then this one is down here. Now she did wrap the entire piece with some gold ribbon, and so that just made that easy. Now you could cut a piece of the hammered gold, but she just wanted a different look, and she wanted that to be really nice and snug. So the ribbon did a very nice job of that. So that is her first version of the envelope box. Okay, you want to see something that looks totally different? And I know we have people who are always asking for masculine. So here it is flat, and here it is standing. Isn't that gorgeous? The blue and copper and brown is just a wonderful combination. So how did she do it? Well, she made her envelope out of brown cardstock. Now, the papers that she used are out of our wooden texture paper pack. Now, this was before we transferred to making everything out of cardstock. So she did use this, and you can see all of those gorgeous wood and texture pieces. So she did use the same die to cut out the wood texture paper, and glued one into the back and then one on each side of the flap. So you can just use the die to cut that out, and then just simply trim the pieces as you need them. So it just makes it very, very easy. Okay, then she took the chipboard. This is the Clocks and Gears chipboard. So you see so many pieces there, and you might think, oh my gosh, that's going to cost me a fortune. But it doesn't, because they're all on this piece. In fact, you're going to have some left, I predict. So you can see this whole big one. You've got some keys even, and additional clocks. Now what she used was Versamark. So she stamped the whole sheet, or however many pieces you want to use, and then she used the mixed media paginate. This is an embossing powder, and you can see it here, but you can also see the finished results. So poured that on, tapped off the excess, and then used the heat gun to set it, and then she went back and glued them to the front and the inside of her little envelope box. Just really cute. Now this little flag here, now you can cut that yourself, but if that concerns you, Teresa used the 8 labels for your greetings. So you can see that there are a couple of them, and she placed it there. And she used the Tiny Words and Phrases primary colors. This has got I think 6 different colors in it, and you can look at how that happy birthday in blue perfectly matches the embossing powder. How fun is that? Now, to do the accents, those shiny bits you see, those are dazzles. So the dazzle border in copper and the jewel dazzles in copper, those are separate. And that finishes this piece. So it can be happy birthday, it can be so many different things, but how fun to have a card shape and base that is so versatile, from Christmas to masculine. Okay, you know, Teresa always gives us another option for using our cutting dies, and she's done it again this time. And here is what she's done. Now, it's fun that this is a 3-dimensional card, but you know what? That doesn't mean you can't use it flat. And here's what the lady did. So, in doing the piece, she cut apart the side flaps. So you can see that this one has been cut off. This one's still attached, but that's what you would do. You would cut it off. You would put extra sticky tape on the back side or the inside, and then wrap it around and glue it attach it like that. Do the same thing with the other piece. So I'm just going to fold this right now. Ignore the green, okay? So we would have cut that off. And then you'll put this same bottom flap, okay? Would it be better if I cut that off? If I have scissors, I will do that. Okay, so just the same thing, just to trim that off. And fold this back. Now I don't have the extra sticky tape on it, but it would attach there. And then this one attaches right behind there. And then this piece, as you know, is going to go in the front. So now you have a flatter envelope. It's still an envelope, and you could, if you wanted to, even fold that down. I guess that's another way you could use it. You could make little mini envelopes. That would be fun. Okay, well, what Teresa has done is, this is our standard 5 by 6.5 inch card. Now, in this case, she used Hydrangea Heaven. This is the papers that she used. And she also just placed that in the middle and let the white be on the edge. So that's a good look. And then she took the paper doilies, and there are 20 of them in the package. This is a 4-inch paper doily, and glued one down here. Now, you do want to have your envelope in there first, okay? So, and she did this out of the Hydrangea Heaven solid colored cardstock, okay? So that's going to take care of that. Now, this little piece is also out of the Hydrangea Heaven. This is one of the cutouts, so that's right there. Now, let me talk to you about all of this. In fact, this is from the Tiny Flowers and the those cutting dies, okay? So those will be in the gallery down below. But I want to talk to you what she used, because we don't have all of it right now. And again, it's kind of like that first card with the Christmas, with the Stardust glitter that we have to substitute now for the glitter cardstock. We have to do a little bit of the same thing here. So she used these. This is the Stardust in lilac and French blue and pink, and a green. So as we are transitioning from the Stardust into the glitter, I just wanted to share some ideas with you. So for the lime, this is our lime glitter. So you can see it's just going to be a little more punchier in the glitter. You can always just use plain cardstock, of course, which is going to be found in the Hydrangea Heaven, so that would work. And there are just some other options I thought I would share with you. There's the pink glitter, so you can see the Stardust and the glitter. The blue, our blue is not a soft blue as that is, so if you already have it, that's great. You can, again, you can use cardstock. Just some other options in the blue mix and the teal. So just wanted to point that out. Now in the centers, she has used a silver jewel dazzles. And I know it's really crazy in your eyes like this, but they are little circles, and they just add a flash on the inside. And so that gets glued flat, tucking anything you want. I do like things exploding outside the boundaries of that little envelope. But doesn't that work perfectly on this size of card? And as a matter of fact, at these being about 4 inches, in fact, let me just double check that for you. Okay, that's 3.5 inches wide. So that even could go onto a slimline card too. And then on the inside, well, she's got another one. Now this one's pointing that way, so her other one is pointing this way. And notice it's in a deeper color, so that's out of the solid cardstock. There's the other half of that doily doing the same thing, just resting up. And again, the sticky specks are a great way to attach those doilies. So we've got more of the cutouts from the Hydrangea Heaven 6x6, another of the papers, and a couple more of those die cuts out of the tiny flowers cutting dies. So all of that, great to have so many examples. So we have Christmas, we have masculine, we have summer. Most importantly, what we have is the envelope box card cutting die. Just really great. So Teresa, thank you. What wonderful ideas. I absolutely love them, and love the fact that you always give us something extra. Now, as we've said, all the directions, those download patterns are down below in the gallery. Over on the right side of your screen, there is a money saver. And by the way, in that money saver, there's going to be something for free, as we always do. Thank you for joining us here at paperwishes.com.